G'day and welcome to the Larry Lakers. The Lakers say no to 12 in a row. That's right, the Lakers say no to 12 in a row. That'll be the repeat, the chant. They will not let the Clippers get 12 in a row on them. They might get 11, but they're never getting 12. You've heard it here first. 130 to 125 overtime. Did it need to go to overtime? For some reason it did, but it was the best game of the season. Best game of the season. It had a playoff vibe. Thanks to the crowd, they were right in it. Thanks to everyone watching this. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, and enjoy the podcast, Spotify, and all the good places. The Larry Lakers dribbling chit chat. The people sending the questions. Did the Lakers snap an 11-game losing streak? Yes, they did to the Clippers. See our new age rivalries episode. Used to be the Celtics, but is there a new age? Is it mainly in the West for the Lakers? Did they do so with some unusual combinations? Yes. No Vando, no Gabe Vincent, no Rui, no Torian, but the big one, no Shafino. But seriously, they didn't have those combinations. The other team didn't have James Harden, newly acquired, and those wings that left for James Harden, of course, couldn't play like Morris, etc. But does Darvin Ham coach better when necessity is the mother of invention? It looks like he did today. Lakers trailed by 19. It was 37-18 late in the first quarter. Max Christie at the buzzer got some points. It was 37-24. Good to see Max Christie on the ground, on the floor. Leonard scored a career high 18 points in the first quarter. He hit 7 of 8 shots with 4 3-pointers. Kawhi Leonard was on fire early in that first quarter, the whole first quarter, something special. But in the first half, 61-48, the Clippers led. There was no second-hand chance points for the Lakers. Was that because they were tired or they were being boxed out? We had a size advantage. Anyway, the Lakers 45% at halftime in the shooting. The Clippers 57%, and the Lakers 12 turnovers, 12 first half turnovers. Lebron James totaled the game. He had 35 points, remembering it went to overtime, 11 rebounds. Austin Reaves at last. Austin, there were signs last game. He looked like he was hitting a few. They force-fed him early, got him on some fast breaks where he didn't have to work the ball from those wings, zim around, pump fake it, turn like he does. Austin Reaves, they let him, probably last game, helped him get to this game. But it was a good game. How'd he go? He scored 7 of his 15 points in overtime. The longer the game got, the better Reaves looked. D'Angelo Russell, 27 points. Anthony Davis also had 27 points, 10 rebounds for AD, not the 19 of last game, 10 including overtime. He had to work hard, even though they sometimes played small. Kawhi Leonard, 38 points and a superb first half really. Go and have a look at that, or we will in a minute. Stay with us. Paul George scored 20 of his 35 points in the fourth quarter. He was on fire, Paul George. 8 points in the final minute to bring them back. We shouldn't have let them back. There was a funny series of plays. We'll talk about that. How did they get back into it? Red hot, Paul George. He fouled out in the first 30 seconds, though, of overtime. They were behind 19 points, the Lakers, but they came back to lead 113 to 104. We should have taken care of business. Saved the miles on LeBron's legs, AD's legs, and everyone else's. But with 2:18 to go, 113, 104, we made. There were some funny calls. Red hot Paul George, 6 3-pointers, 3 free throws that he made at the end, and it led to a tied game in overtime. There was, leading into that though, there was some funny calamity of errors that really led to this overtime. There was an interesting goaltend call on LeBron that really, was touch and go. Earlier, there was a tech foul we didn't appeal, or maybe we can't. Jackson Hayes swinging on the ring, allegedly, but it looked like he was clipped under by Paul George under his heels, so he had to swing Jackson Hayes. What's going on with that? The tech foul. We're leading and ends up overtime. We didn't need these sorts of calls. Earlier, there was a non-challenge on a charge that Russell looked like he took against Mason Plumlee. We needed to take that call, at least challenge it and see what was going on. It looked like a charge to me. but let's see what everyone else thinks. Was it a charge? Let us know. And there was a 3-point foul. Cam Reddish just on after he blocked him a couple of times. He must have felt good after he'd really troubled Paul George and he troubled Kawhi Leonard, but he got his hand. He looked pretty straight up and down, but he was called for his hand hitting the elbow of Paul George, despite his arm being straight up and down. Cam Reddish and Paul George, to his credit, made all 3 shots to tie the game up. Then, for some reason, a finger roll's missed there by D'Angelo Russell going in. As we said, he needed to take the ball to the hoop in the absence of somebody swervy and shifty like Dennis Schroeder. But he missed that little finger roll, a short shot. And then, despite the game being tied, we only needed 1 point. We worked away to take a 3-point pump fake shift. D'Angelo Russell 3. He's a great 3-point shooter, but we only needed a 2 or a 1. Anyway, series of strange shots. He did make 2 free throws under pressure, to his credit, D'Angelo Russell. Overtime highlights. Reaves stole the ball. He dribbled down the court and he did one of those left-handed lobs to Lebron for the dunk. Very Dwayne Wade, but to turn the clock back so long from the Dwayne Wade pass to LeBron on the flying alley-oop lob dunk on the trailer. 21 years. Who can believe this guy's been in the league 21 years and he's doing that? Go and have a look at it in the highlights. Paul George, he was fouled off, but then Kawhi, he was so hot in the first quarter, cooled down a bit, made him work for it, did the Lakers after that first quarter. Good coaching, perhaps Ham, but he hits a 3 to make it a 1-point game again in overtime. We didn't want a second overtime, but for the Clippers, no James Harden, as we said, but PJ Tucker played a full game, was available the full game. I think he's played about 21 minutes. Overtime concluded after Reaves made 2 free throws. Russell Westbrook missed a corner. Russell, he hit a few threes today, funnily enough. And Reddish took a 3-pointer after it was passed around to his corner. Missed it, but it rebounded over to the other side. And following through, the man of the moment in the most improved stakes was Christian Wood, there for the dunk. Follow through, catch all in one, go gadget arms as we have the dunk. It was the best game of the year, despite Coach Ham, only 8 players. No to Boy Hodge, get him on there. No, nobody else, but no Max Lewis either. No Fudge, but 8 players only used. We saw some combinations. Good on you. Necessity, the mother of invention maybe for Coach Ham. This might be where he's at his best. We saw Max Christie. We saw a lot of Cam Reddish. We saw Wood. A great run by a really unusual lineup. That was Jackson Hayes, AD, Wood, so big back 3, no LeBron on, Max Christie and D'Angelo Russell. Repeating Jackson Hayes, AD, Wood, the tall back line, Max Christie you wouldn't think usually, and D'Angelo Russell. Then later they made a dent in the gap, and then Reaves replaced Russell, and they continued to make the dent without LeBron. So a big third quarter without LeBron. He came on late there. Good effort and an unusual combination, Coach Ham. Let's have a look at the stats. AD, 48 minutes there, 48 minutes for AD. That's with the overtime. 10 of 18, none from the famous 3 that he's been taking. 7 of 9 from the 3. Only the 4 offensive rebounds. No, last game, 19 rebounds. Not this time for AD. 1 steal, 4 blocks, and but positive 11. AD, great game. 27 points, positive 11 when you look at it and you consider this. This guy's a legend. 42 minutes at his age. 13 of 19, great percentage. 4 of 8, he hit the 3 tonight. 5 of 10 though. Dusty on the free throws. We're a bit worried about that for LeBron. The other thing I'm worried about is turnovers, but he does seem to have a soft touch going to the basket. We said a little more Luka Doncic where he's changing slow to slow, as strong, and a soft touch at the end to avoid the charge, although he did get one. He had 12 rebounds, all defensive. LeBron, he taps them, he keeps them alive. He comes around and scoops them after the big guys. He's got a real sense for the ball there on defensive. 7 assists on the defensive rebound, 7 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, LeBron, but 4 turnovers. He was +6. That's good in the game. You've got to go and win in overtime. Better than a negative, but 30 points. How massive is that at this stage of his career? 37 minutes, a lot of time there if you consider 48 for AD, 42 for LeBron, 37 for Cam Reddish. Not a lot of shooting, 2 of 7, made the odd important one. 1 of 5 from 3, but 3 of 4 from the free throws, so that's good. Good to see AD taking 9, meaning he's attacking the basket there. Good to see 10, meaning LeBron, of course, still attacking the basket. He's getting some calls, as I said, not running people over, as he was perhaps last year. 3 steals there for Cam Reddish. He looked good, and what about his defense? 1 block. I thought he had more than that. He really troubled Kawhi Leonard and Paul George there. He was -4, I was surprised to see, 8 points. Austin Reaves, this is the comeback game for Austin Reaves. 36 minutes, 10 of 19, 3 of 7 from 3, but he was trusted to close the game there and trusted again in overtime. 4 of 4 free throws, couple where he zipped around, hit, falling backwards the shot, or got fouled, or hit the ground and even passed one off to Wood at one stage. Spectacular. And then Wood knew, like the sense of occasion, made the 3 there. Let's have a look at the bench. So that they were the starters. Davis, LeBron James, Cam Reddish in. Taurean Prince called for knee soreness right at the start, a game time announcement. Taurean Prince out, Cam Reddish in, so hence the lot of minutes, and hence the creativity for our man Ham. Coach Ham had to make those creative decisions without so many players today. Christian Wood, 29 minutes, fair few minutes there. Good stats, 4 of 6 shooting, 2 of 4 from the three-pointer. Defensive rebounds. He's done it again. He's been doing this, the go-go gadget. He's got the stretchy arms. Only 2 offensive, they were handy. 9 defensive for his 11. 0 assists. Look, I don't think we picked him for assists, but he had been getting a couple last couple of games. 1 steal, 1 block, 2 turnovers. +14 though for his 10 points. +14 Christian Wood on at important times. Jackson Hayes, clunky like a newborn racehorse. He's got a very solid 3 points. 1 of 1, 0, but a couple of dunks there that were sensational. And just the 2 rebounds for his 14 minutes. But he break even. He was part of a combo, as we said, that put a run on in that third quarter. And we'll have a look at the breakdowns. Let's have a look at them now. 37-24, the Lakers lost the first quarter. They were losing much more than that, but there was a little run at the last 30 seconds minute, including a Max Christie finish, and that helped us back to 37-24. And then 24 all, signs we were coming back, but then we let them back into it. These Lennon and Paul George, too strong for us. So just when we thought a run, they came back and said, no, there's no run, but at least you were even for the second quarter. And you thought, wow, they can't even count a punch because they just are blocked. But third quarter, these funny combinations. We had a run of 39-24. 39-24 the third quarter. Then the fourth quarter, we took that lead, but we let them back. That Paul George, 8 points in the last minute or so. And overtime, though, we ran away with it 13-8 for 130, 125 finish. Max Christie, 22 minutes, 1 of 7. He played some good minutes in defense. He's quite a good rebounder for his size. He looks light, but he just stretches up himself. Got a little bit of the go-go gadget. He's got 1 of 5 from three-point land. 1 or 2 look like they were in and bounced back out. So keep taking them, Max Christie. Just got to the line once, but made them just when we needed them too. 2 of 2 at the line. 3 defensive rebounds, as we said. He's pretty stretchy. And again, you'd love that out of a second, third-year player. He broke even at 0 in his plus-minus. That's pretty good in an overtime game where you needed some bench players. 5 points there for Max Christie. Good job, Max. Let's have a look at the percentages. 47% they shot from the field, 51. So we drew our way back into the game. Bad from the three-pointers, 34 for us, 41 for them. turnovers. This was great. Second half, we were down 12 turnovers and we only had another 2 that entire second half and overtime. So Coach Ham and the team reducing turnovers, fantastic. Rebounds, we had a size advantage, 51-46. But let's have a look at this. Over here on the offensive rebounds, we were out-rebounded, 12-9. We did it, though, in defensive rebounds, 42 to their 34. 28-22, too many assists. We're at passing, we're putting the dimes on. But this is the advantage. They were a little bit smaller anytime they got Zubac off. It was 9-1 in the blocks. 9-1 blocks because of the Lebron, AD, and a little bit of Christian Wood there. And your Cam Reddish, don't forget. And turnovers, points off turnovers, they smashed us. 23-13. But we turned it around on the fast break points, 23 to their 9. Fast breaks, the old man, Lebron, the oldest team been on the NBA, and we're still loving a fast break. You've got to like that. Biggest lead, they had 19, we had 9, and we lost that lead on a calamity of errors. We'll talk about another time. Paul George, 37 minutes, 6 of 9 from 3, 7 of 8, plus 22 for his 35. He owned the second half, and I think we're a bit lucky. He fouled out, but maybe we were smart enough to do it. He owned the first half. This Kawhi Leonard, 15 out of 28 for his shooting, 5 of 11 from 3. He was a +4 for 38 points. 38 points, Kawhi Leonard. 35, Paul George. Zubac, the ex-Laker, played 29 minutes for the ex-Laker there. Westbrook, he made 9 of 21, 3 of 6. I bet he's really happy that Phil Handy and the team have helped him with his three-pointer. He's probably sending thank you cards all the time and reminding him he's still in LA. 11 rebounds, 8 assists. He looked like he was on the way to a triple-double, but nearly one of his famous quadruple-doubles because he had 6 turnovers, the poor man. -8, 24 points. Still, he looked dangerous with 24 points. PJ Tucker, the 21 minutes, and a handful of rebounds. Offensive, though. How about that? He sneaks in and gets them for his size. 5 offensive rebounds, but overall -15. Maybe he's warming up. Plumlee there, 19 minutes, -9 in the real plus. And we'll talk about the rest. Powell, Norman Powell, played a big 35 minutes. They kept him pretty quiet with -14. What's next for the Lakers? Look, share, comment, subscribe, and go to our podcast. But next for the Larry Lakers, we'll be looking at this game with the Lakers at the Amway Center, Orlando, Florida, on November the 4th, Saturday, 7 p.m., Orlando, Florida. Then just 2 days rest, or 2 days time, you've got November the 6th, Miami in Florida again at the KCR Center. And then you've got November the 8th, so another 2 days, Houston, Texas. We're playing at the Toyota Center. Then another 2 days, Phoenix. So a pretty big road trip coming up with that return game to Orlando. So great win there, but gee, it might have burnt some minutes. Good to have a couple of days for LeBron, but then every second day I'd be interested to see the rest policy if it comes into play. You've been watching the Larry Lakers. Good luck, Lakers everywhere. Until next time, thank you, but please subscribe. Please enjoy the show. Go back and watch all those highlights over time. Enjoy it. Best game of the season. Not sure we needed to go to overtime, but we did. Until next time, I'm glad we won it. Thank you. Travel safe and in good health.